Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. While we loathe the optics of Audra agreeing to do Victor's dirty work when it comes to Kyle, it's clear why he reached out to her. She knows her stuff, and we're not talking about the art of seduction, at least not literally. Yes, her cunning plan to do in Kyle's relationship has become clear and is well on its way to success. Unless a certain someone blows it all up, and if so, it's not only her new company, Vibrant, that's at stake, but her relationship with Nate as well. It's no wonder Audra agreed to Victor's terms. While initially it appeared as though she might have to seduce Kyle into a compromising situation to torpedo his romance with Claire, it turns out she knew all along that she'd have to do nothing of the sort. All Audra has to do to get herself a brand spanking new company is manipulate the Abbott, and so far, she's looking like a master. Without even having received a dime of funding for her new startup, Audra has Kyle fully convinced of its existence. Not only that, but the mere mention of a revolutionary new super product sent him into a tailspin. Knowing her ex-lover and colleague as well as she does, Audra understood the assignment. All she had to do was push the right buttons and he'd implode his own relationship without her having to lift a finger. Indeed, from the moment Audra teased her super product, Kyle did exactly what she must have realized he would. First, he sent up a panicked flare with Jack and Diane over at Jabbit, and even suggested that he could try to steal the plans for the revolutionary new cosmetic concoction, proving he's learned exactly nothing from his experiences. Next, he informed his girlfriend that he would have to spend a lot more time with ex-lover in order to find out what she's up to. Talk about playing right into Audra's hands. There's no company or super product, yet Audra brilliantly manipulated Kyle into focusing on her and not Claire, thus, jeopardizing his relationship, given that his girlfriend is not going to be on board with any of this, and will get more fed up with it the more he becomes consumed by it. Audra clearly realized there was more than one way to entice the Abbott and is well on her way to successfully completing Victor's assignment already. Unfortunately, someone with too much time on their hands and an avid interest in Audra might prove to be a stumbling block. Holden witnessed her working her magic on Kyle in the coffee house and questioned her about it after the fact. Audra dodged his questions, which had the opposite effect she'd hoped. Rather than getting him to back off, her evasiveness only served to pique his interest. Young and restless spoilers indicate that Holden will quiz Kyle about his relationship with Audra, which means that, whether out of jealousy or simple curiosity, Audra's admirer from LA could well throw a monkey wrench into her operation. Worse, if Holden gets the wrong idea about what Audra's up to with Kyle, and comes to suspect that they're hooking up, he could use the information to break up her and Nate, given that their solid relationship has been a major hurdle for him in trying to reconnect with her. So, not only is Audra's new company, Vibrant, at risk with Holden's interference, but also her relationship with her boyfriend and, possibly by extension, the mother-daughter closeness she's established with Amy. Damien's right-hand man could seriously blow things up for Audra, and leave a big, soapy mess in his wake. Young and restless nail-biter. Audra's cunning plot against Kyle is working, but spoiler may blow it all up. In the ever-twisting world of the young and the restless, schemes, secrets, and betrayals are as common as coffee at Crimson Lights, but this time, Audra Charles may have outdone herself. With a plan so delicately orchestrated it could rival Victor Newman's most devious maneuvers, Audra's game against Kyle Abbott is progressing like clockwork. But as always in Genoa City, no plot goes unchallenged for long. And this time, the spoiler that's about to explode everything, is someone no one saw coming. The rise of Audra Charles. Audra didn't just arrive in Genoa City to play nice. Ambitious, sharp, and always 5 steps ahead, she's made a name for herself as one of the most enigmatic women on the canvas. Her alliances are flexible, her motives layered, and her loyalty, questionable at best. After her tumultuous relationship with Tucker McCall and her brief entanglements with Nate Hastings and Noah Newman, Audra has set her sights on something much more valuable than affection, power. And standing in her way, Kyle Abbott, restless, heartbroken, and dangerously susceptible to manipulation. Kyle, lover, schemer, pawn. Let's be honest, Kyle hasn't exactly been making the best choices since his marriage to Summer imploded. Fueled by resentment and the bitter taste of betrayal, Kyle's been drifting. And like any savvy predator, Audra saw her opportunity. It started innocently enough: shared drinks, whispered confidences, lingering glances. Audra, ever the psychologist, mirrored Kyle's vulnerability, presented herself as a sympathetic ear in a world full of people he no longer trusts. And Kyle, desperate for validation, leaned in. But what he doesn't know is that Audra's affections are all part of a long game. One that's aimed at destabilizing the Abbott family from within. A plot in motion. Audra's plan is multifaceted. Step 1. Gain Kyle's trust. Check. Step 2. Wedge herself into the Abbott business world under the guise of loyalty. Check. Step 3. Slowly chip away at the Abbott legacy by feeding Kyle suggestions that sow discord between him and his father, Jack. Jack's recent recommitment to Abbott and his strengthening bond with Diane has left Kyle feeling alienated. Audra's been expertly fanning those flames. She doesn't trust you, she whispers in Kyle's ear. She never did. You should be the one running Abbott, not sitting in the shadow of your father's new wife. Every subtle comment, every calculated glance, it's all designed to make Kyle feel that his family has turned against him, and that Audra is the only one who truly sees him. The corporate coup. Behind the scenes, Audra is aligning with a shadowy figure who's been quietly amassing shares in Abbott through dummy corporations. Who is the puppet master funding her rise? The smart money's on Tucker McCall. After all, his exit was too clean, too quiet. If Tucker is backing Audra's move, this could be a masterstroke in his long-running feud with the Abbotts. By weaponizing Kyle, Audra and her financier may soon hold the keys to Abbott's boardroom. In recent episodes, Audra was seen taking secret phone calls, her face a mask of calculation. "He's almost ready," she said in one hushed call. "Just a little more doubt. Then we move." Viewers, buckle up. The corporate coup is coming. A dangerous affair. While the business implications are serious, the emotional stakes are equally volatile. Kyle's growing affection for Audra may be genuine, even if hers is completely strategic. The more she lets Kyle in, the more he confides in her, and the more dangerous the game becomes. In a moment of rare vulnerability, Kyle recently told Audra, "You're the only one who hasn't lied to me." If only he knew. But Audra's plan isn't entirely without risk. There are cracks in her facade, moments where her confidence wavers. And that brings us to the spoiler that might just unravel everything. Spoiler alert, Claire Grace may be the wild card. In a move no one predicted, it seems Claire Grace, Victoria's once troubled but seemingly reformed daughter, may be the one to blow Audra's plan to pieces. Sources close to the show reveal that Claire is about to stumble onto a piece of information that links Audra to the shell companies buying up Abbott shares. At first, she doesn't understand what she's seeing. But after a late-night visit to Newman Enterprises' legal files, she is Victoria's daughter, after all, she starts connecting the dots. And Claire has a motive of her own, redemption. She's desperate to prove to her family, and to herself, that she's not the person they once feared. Taking down Audra would be the perfect way to do that. A brewing confrontation. In a scene set to air next week, Claire corners Audra at society. The tension is thick. "I know what you're doing," Claire says quietly, her eyes burning with the kind of moral fury that only comes from a deeply personal mission. "And I'm going to stop you before you destroy him." Audra, ever the cool strategist, barely flinches. "You don't know anything, Claire. Stick to playing intern." But the seeds are planted, and Claire is not backing down. Jack and Diane wake up. Meanwhile, Jack and Diane are starting to sense that something is off. Kyle's erratic behavior, his sudden opposition to their decisions, and his alliance with Audra are raising red flags. Diane, ever intuitive when it comes to threats to her position, is the first to raise the alarm. "She's using him, Jack. I can feel it." Jack, torn between trusting his son and protecting his company, is struggling. But when Ashley, fresh off her own healing arc, returns with documents hinting at a buyout attempt, Jack's suspicions turn into action. The dominoes begin to fall. Audra's plot is nearing its climax. Kyle, emboldened by her whispers, is ready to make his move, a surprise board vote that would oust Jack and install himself as CEO. But just before the meeting, Claire confronts Jack with everything she's found. The shell companies, the calls, the lies. The look on Jack's face. Pure fury. In a jaw-dropping episode slated for next Thursday, Jack calls Kyle into his office. The doors close. What's said inside will change the Abbott family forever. Will Kyle choose blood or power? The core of Audra's plot hinges on Kyle's choice. Will he double down on his alliance with Audra, fully committing to her scheme? Or will he recognize the trap and return to his family? The show is teasing a heart-wrenching betrayal, and a shocking act of loyalty, but no word yet on which direction Kyle will go. If he sides with Audra, he may lose his father forever. But if he turns on her, he could destroy the only relationship that's given him power since his split with Summer. And speaking of Summer, Could Summer be another spoiler? Don't count Summer Newman out just yet. After weeks off-screen, rumors suggest she'll return with a vengeance, and with a secret of her own. Word is, she's been working with Phyllis and Billy on a side investigation into Audra's background. If Summer walks in during the board meeting with undeniable proof of Audra's deceit, it could bring the entire scheme crashing down. Imagine it. Kyle's world unraveling in real time. Audra exposed. The Abbotts unified once more, if only briefly. The fallout will be epic. No matter how this plays out, one thing is certain, the fallout from Audra's scheme will send shockwaves through Genoa City. Will Audra slink away to plot another day, or will she double down and strike back even harder? Will Kyle become a cautionary tale, or rise from the ashes a wiser, more dangerous player? And what of Claire? Has she finally redeemed herself, or is this just the beginning of her transformation into Genoa City's next queenpin? Final thoughts. The young and the restless has always thrived on the tension between love and power, loyalty and ambition. Audra Charles has shaken the Abbott family tree, and now, as the final pieces of her puzzle fall into place, the question is: who will be left standing when the dust clears? Stay tuned, because the next few weeks promise to be some of the most explosive in Y&R history. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe our Update World 24 YouTube channel for more update news.